Welcome back to another episode of the F.L.O.E Podcast. I'm Sham. This is Adrian.
Y'all know the vibes.
We're your hosts yet again for another fabulous episode. Now, this episode, we're going to be promoting someone's brand. And that someone is our lovely guest today.
My name is Senam Boy.
My name is Amaya Mooney.
Well, why don't y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves a little bit. Who you are, what you do.
My name is Senam. I am a junior here I'm a junior and in college. And I am currently the director of Ebony Expressions Gospel Choir.
My name is Amaya, like I said, and I'm a junior here as well, and I am the captain and founder of Emerald Elite Stomp and Shake Cheer.
What's up? But before we get into that, like your business and all, we always start our podcast off with a starter question. The starter question is simply just to get your blood flowing, your juices flowing, get your thoughts together to prepare you for what's to come in the episode. And our starter question for both of you guys today is, if y'all was famous, or if y'all could be famous by doing anything, what would it be for? Like, what would it be?
That's a good question. I always say, like, my end goal is really to start a nonprofit. I don't really want to be famous for, like, nothing, like, traditional, like, acting or singing. Like, I'm trying to be, like, a world leader or something. I want to be, like, working with black youth, and I really want to be big in community. So I guess, like, a micro-celebrity in a sense, kind of just local and working with, like, kids.
That's a good question. So I would like to be famous for, I've always wanted to be like an actress on the low, but that's just like a side like thing for me. So probably like acting, or like I've always wanted to be like an influencer, but not like an influencer like a TikToker or whatever, like an influencer, kind of like what Amaya is saying, like empowering youth in general, because like I feel like that's something I'm really passionate about, is like the youth, the kids. So yeah.
Okay. I heard you said actor. Is there like a specific genre that you would want to go into as far, because it's different ones, like you got thriller movies, you got your comedy, you got your romance. Is there anything specific, or would it just be anything?
I wouldn't say specific, but I don't think I'm that like funny. So I don't know if comedy would be something for me, but anything else could work.
Oh, baby.
Didn't we say we're starting a movie soon? We're gonna record a movie, right?
Yeah, we're gonna grow a movie.
Oh,
You wanna
Alright,
do that?
your girl.
sure.
Hey, but who's directing?
Nah.
Alright, let's do a little clarification
Dang.
there first. Alright. Our cameraman Timmy, again, y'all know Timmy. We recorded an episode, link in description, or you could tap the little I button up there. But he raised his hands. We were like, nah, he's not directing. Why not though? Why not?
Oh, Timmy a wild card. I feel like Timmy not really good at like the organized part. Like Timmy good to be there where he needed, but I don't think he good at getting everywhere where they need to be. That's just my opinion.
You gotta think about it too. Timmy be like, I'm busy, but don't be busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if he busy and ain't really busy, how he gonna direct our movie? And then too, with what Timmy wanna do, no disrespect to Timmy and no shade to Timmy, because I love that kid, man. That's my dog.
Kid is crazy.
I mean, he is younger than me, but that's my dog.
About like a year.
Hey, a year makes a big difference though. Think about it.
And look,
I guess. I don't know.
like as I was saying, I think Timmy vision be there, but the execution part of the process ain't a little tweaking.
Okay.
Dang.
Well, then how about we put it this way then? Let's get some ideas
Like I
flowing,
said,
all right?
Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I love Timmy. Like, that's my dog, man. Positive life, man. For real.
So, okay, we had Temmie directing because like you said, Temmie has the ideas. He's just not there sometimes. But
Sometimes.
but
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, keep going.
oh, no problem. So, if you were to act in a movie that Temmie directed, what kind of movie do you think he'd be directing in a sense? Like, what do you think his idea would be for you to be the lead actress in that movie?
Ooh, Temmie?
I feel like it might be comedy,
Mhm.
but he's gonna have to give me the lines, cause I. Yeah. That's just me personally.
I feel like Temmie be having big ideas. I just feel like it'd be something out there, like, and then I would have to act in it.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea at all. I have no idea. I feel like my personality is like big comedic relief, like big laughs and giggles. But like, I don't know where I would fit in Timmy's movie though. That's the problem I'm trying to figure out, the connection between the two.
And like I say, man, look, no disrespect. Like, that's my dog, man, but no disrespect to Temmie. I know she is a man. But comedy, I don't think that would fit Timmy's like description as like a movie that he would make, because Timmy is like in the moment funny. He ain't gonna come up with nothing funny. He's a in the moment funny. Like, he gonna just say something out of pocket and then it's funny like that.
Funny on accident.
That's my dog, but you feel me? Yeah.
No, Timmy is funny on accident. I don't think he would do intentional comedy. I feel like Timmy would have a big movie vision. Like, he would really want to do something.
Timmy would make a movie like scary movie. You know, like the scary movie.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
that.
just like a whole bunch of random stuff happening.
Yeah.
Like, it was supposed to be scary, but it's like a scary comedy.
Yeah. Man, I was thinking about a reality TV show.
Dog, yeah.
We wouldn't follow Timmy though. Timmy don't do nothing. I feel like Timmy, yeah, he would be the director of the reality TV show, but he wouldn't be the guest star.
So the life of Temmie, but he's the director. He's not even in it.
Alright, so if y'all had the opportunity to direct a movie, what would your movie be about?
What would my movie be about?
Look at me.
I really like family movies. I'm also a big cartoon animated movie kind of person. Like, I hate scary movies, so that's not my thing. I can barely do suspense and thriller. That's not my thing either. I feel like I'd be more like a family movie, like a Medea type of thing, or like Roscoe's Family Reunion type of movie. Like, maybe Norbit. Some a little vulgar, like Norbit type of vibe.
Okay.
That's a good question. I have no idea. Honestly, I don't know.
But what's your favorite type of movie?
I don't really watch movies. I watch TV shows.
So TV show. What's a good TV show?
If you had the opportunity to direct a TV show.
Okay, a TV show. It'll probably be one of those medical dramas because I love medical dramas. I'm a big Grey's Anatomy fan.
What do you think about The Good Doctor?
Well,
I
like
haven't
The Good
started
Doctor.
it yet.
I hate this new season they got where they in this reality show, like, of his wedding or something.
Okay, I did not get that far.
I didn't.
Don't spoil it.
Oh.
I did not get that far. Wait, is it with him? I forgot her name.
Anyways, the new season, it's like a show within a show, and and then the filter be changing. Yeah, it be like this brown looking thing, so it's supposed to like give like recording, but it just looks tacky. It just looks tacky to me.
I guess I'm not watching last season then.
But
I don't even know what it is, so I mean, I'm good.
no, it's a good show. I don't know. Towards the end, it's a lot of layers. It's a lot of layers to show. You gotta watch the show. But basically, like in the show, the main character has autism, but he has savant syndrome. So like he's really good at remembering things, figuring things out, and stuff like that. So like it's basically his story as a surgeon, like with autism, pretty much, and the challenges he faced. But now, like it's just drifting to too much drama, and there's less focus on like the procedures, and I don't know, his autism like it's still there and it's still authentic, but I feel like it's hard to keep up with it being authentic and not moving the storyline along. So he loses a lot of the like challenges that he had in the beginning, I think, for story purposes. That's just my opinion. Still a good show though.
You know what's an even better show though?
Well,
Exactly. F.L.O.E Podcast. Watch the
Yeah.
episode.
That was
This is episode
I was
7 right now.
like-
Let's go. But actually, what do you guys think about the F.L.O.E Podcast? Have y'all seen the episodes?
Yeah,
That's a
I've
great
seen
question.
A couple episodes.
you know what? I think it's great. Like
Okay. That sounded like pure sarcasm right there.
that wasn't sarcasm.
No, I really,
No, I think it's great. I think it's actually like it's something started in budding. It's not something that I've watched. So,
I watched
full
one
moment of
episode.
transparency. But I think it's actually something that's really unique. It's not something that I could have started or could have done. I'm not a big like editor production kind of person. I'm the girl to show up. But like I think it's unique. I haven't seen nobody kind of bud an idea like that here before.
Yeah, it's like a breath of fresh air. Like I watched the one episode with their coach, and I was like, okay, this is really good. Like I seen y'all follow me on Instagram, and so I was like,
I did
follow.
see
Like I didn't know what it was, but I really appreciated like the different outputs y'all had. Like you guys have coaches, you have students, like you have like different guests on there. So I like the initiative. I think it's gonna do well.
And look, don't get me wrong, like, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm the type of person that's just gonna show up to and just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like I said in like previous episode that we just filmed, without Sham, I feel like this would just be an idea. For it wouldn't be like nothing we actually doing and trying to stay consistent with. This would just be another thought that I always had and always said I wanted to do, but probably just never really just had that extra oomph to just be like, okay, I'm about to just do this now. Start it up, get the camera, and just do it. Without him, this probably wouldn't be as possible. Now that we're into it, I get more into like doing stuff like the behind the scenes of it, getting people to come on the show, and pretty much just trying to bring another element of a podcast rather than being too professional where everybody feel like you gotta censor your words or you can't really express yourself or say what you want to say. That's why this podcast is representation of, like, that's why we go for Future Leaders of Excellence and say our motto is you are your own brand, because you're a representation of yourself. So when you have this opportunity where you can express yourself, and in many opportunities where you may have been in where you couldn't express yourself because of you feeling like you need to censor yourself, or you feel like I gotta be this way because of my circumstances or my surroundings. This is the opportunity for you just to be yourself, have fun, and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Because at the end of the day, I feel like we all can eat, and this is the opportunity where you can eat and expand yourself and help us expand as well.
That's on like what we created, but now turning this around, let's talk about a little bit of what you've done here at William & Mary, or just in general, not even at William & Mary.
You want to go first?
Oh, sure. So I was really interested. I grew up in the church. I grew up around gospel music, and I realized we had a gospel choir the second semester of my freshman year. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna join. Like, yay, I'm gonna join the gospel choir. And then fall of sophomore year came, and I realized that there is no more gospel choir. The director left, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait around until it comes back. But then this past spring semester, I was like, you know what? I had the like capability of leading this myself. So instead of like waiting around, like, oh, I hope someone does it, I hope someone does it, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna take the leap and do it myself. So I feel like it was easier for me because I was backed by my friends like Amaya, because she also founded her own club and she could give me like advice and stuff. I also like through like diversity spaces like the CSD also backed me, like helped me with different things. Like a lot of people helped me, so it's like I'm not alone out here just like doing it by myself. So it's just something that I saw a need, and instead of just like waiting around for someone like to do it, I was like, okay, I can do this. So I got everything I needed, and we're up and running. So um, hopefully that goes well. So that's kind of something like my little passion project and something that like it's really important to me. So yeah.
And what's crazy is that I was in the gospel choir that semester, and I told someone, I was like, you should really join this, like, because I can't sing. And I did not grow up in the church. I was there for my arts credit. So, like, it was just like, oh, that's embarrassing. I was just like, that's embarrassing. Anyway, no, for real, that's embarrassing. Costume malfunction. But anyways, I was in it and I was like, you should really join.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed it now, you know. I know the songs, but like, I definitely was a lip syncer. I was definitely in the back just clapping and swaying. And then the director did leave. He got a new job in Georgia and everything. He's like off to better things. But I was like, so now you should really pick it back up. Like Dr. Weatherly and the CSD, like she really worked a lot and worked close with Ebony Expressions. And I was just kind of like pushing it to her because I was like, this your thing, like this your realm. Like I be there. I was like, I'll support.
Right.
But I can't start this thing back up.
Yeah.
So we kind of ended up like feeding each other in a sense.
So what would you say? I assume you've got a lot more members now, right? Is it back to what it usually was?
We're working on it.
So what are you doing to get outreach to get more members in?
Honestly, I will just walk up to people, especially people that I know can sing, and I'll be like, join. I know you want to join. Join. You have nothing better to do. Join. So like, not like that bad, but like I'm just like, I'm just like going up to people. Like, we also tabled at the activities fair. We did that, so we got a lot more people there, but it's just something that like I know a lot of people would want to do, and like a lot of people might not know about it. So I also do like run the Instagram. Like I have like a couple like posts on there, like introducing ourselves. Also, like I've been reaching out to like different schools, gospel choirs like VCU, ODU, like surrounding areas like that. So that's kind of what I do for outreach. But I've had a couple people want to like be on exec, so it's not just like me doing everything. So yeah.
That's great.
I'm gonna throw my earrings back in.
Go ahead.
Alright, so one thing I was about to say is, because I know you said sometimes you'll walk up to people and be like, join, but what are like some of the things that you are saying to try to kind of persuade them to really want to join the gospel choir?
That's a good question.
Because I know it's easy to just walk up to somebody and be like, join, but you saying join is not going to make somebody like join. Because I know for me, in order for me to really be hooked on to something and maybe want to join a club or something like that, I'll be like, I need actual persuasion. Like, I need you to sell me on what you're trying to persuade me on. So, what are some of the things that you be saying?
The people that I usually approach are, how do I say it without sounding weird?
So what you about to say?
Well, you could always say it exactly as it is.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use Timmy as an example.
I was gonna say.
Since like he was the last person that I got to write down his email, but Timmy, like, he's very musical, very talented in that. Like, cause yesterday we ended up like fiddling around on the piano in Lodge One and Sadler. Don't ask how we got there, but we were just doing
That's
that.
because Timmy is a hoodlum and took the cover off the piano. That's how we started that.
But we still ended up there.
Shout out to Timmy, man. Timmy's a great guy.
We still ended up there, and like I realized that this man can really play. He can play the piano, he can sing, he could, and he know all the gospel songs. So I was just like, okay, so I see you have this gift, and I know you can use this gift, and I know it's something that you're passionate about, because me and Timmy have had conversations about like faith and religion and different types of things, and we're very similar in our views. So I kind of wove that into a little elevator speech. So I'm like, okay, I know this is what you want. I know that might not be your ministry, as he likes to say. But his name is still in my notes. His email is still in my notes. It worked. But anyway, it's just like, I kind of, like, not target, but like talk to people that I know either have been in a gospel choir before, or I've talked to like about my faith, or I know that like have similar values like I do. So it's like they would want to join, and then everybody else I just put it to like trying something new. Like I know a lot of people on campus are like a little hesitant to try things because it's like it's out of their comfort zone, but I'm all for going out of your comfort zone to like try new things, because I know I went out of my comfort zone a lot. When I first came here, I was this shy girl that didn't come out of her room. and that's in part to Amaya, because Amaya would knock on my door like, let's go. Like, let's go. We're going here now. I'm like, oh my God, okay, whatever.
I did do that.
Yes.
I also say like black spirituality on campus is kind of like non-existent.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of Christian orgs and there's a lot of different like faith-based organizations on campus, but like the combination of lack of like black spirituality and then just lack of black spaces in general, like that's kind of like the strongest argument, because I don't consider myself Christian or deep in religion, but I enjoy gospel music, not so much for the message, sometimes for the message, but like more so for the feeling that it gives you and that it evokes in a sense of community. Right. So that's really what it was for me. It wasn't so much that I had to be like affiliated, but more so like these are my people. Like it's a small community out here, so any chance to hang out and maybe clap a little bit, because I can't sing, but I'll take that opportunity. I am that girl. I am like the one more time kind of girl. I'll dance like.
Yeah, that's also another thing. Like, this campus does have a lack of black spaces, and I feel like Ebony Expressions is just like one of, I think, 3 other, because we have EC, Aphrodite, Ebony. That's it. It's only 3.
Oh, there's an Ethiopian dancing team.
Oh, I forgot.
It's not that many.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's like 4 or 5. So, I feel like it's just another opportunity. Like, if you can't dance and you can sing, if you have rhythm, you can join. Like, there's no auditions. It's very open, very free. So, yeah. That was a long-winded answer.
Say what?
A long-winded answer.
From the spirit.
Feeling my soul.
And so, at the moment, do you guys see that you actually created an impact here at William & Mary with the things that you're doing?
I hope so.
Yeah. Like, well, I started a cheer team here.
Yes.
So I'm the founder and the captain of Emerald Elite, which hasn't even made it a year yet, but like the progress is just
progress.
Stop, don't hype my head up. The progress is like amazing, and like having a sense of home. Like I was a cheerleader in high school. Now I wasn't a front row cheerleader. I wasn't a captain, but that doesn't matter. I really enjoyed cheer. I really enjoyed the feeling that cheer gave me, and I really wanted to bring that here. And like what's crazy is me and Senam was sitting in the library and we was talking, and we was just like, oh my God, like I miss cheerleading. Yeah. The cheer team here is just not for me. Like I'm not a traditional cheerleader. It's just I couldn't really see myself in cheerleading, and they just had too many requirements. Like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get me to flip. I'm just not
Okay.
doing that. And so we were like, "What, girl? You cheer?" And it was like, "I cheer too." And I
We
was
had
like,
a home moment. We were like, oh my god.
and we just shared videos and we just shared
Yeah.
space. And then I was just like, we should start a cheer team.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of back and forth and back and forth. Like, who we gonna find? Who we gonna get? Like, who knows how to cheer? Who knows what Stomp and Shake cheer is? Who knows what HBCU style cheer is? And eventually, I was just like,
We just dropped it in the chat.
no, we dropped it. We
dropped
just
it in
like,
the chat. We were like,
this the idea we got. Who
wanna do it? Yeah.
And we just
Before y'all continue, is a chat that they talking about? You talking about the big group
The
chat? Right?
the BAC.
It's a big group chat of black kids. Yeah.
Yeah. All the black folk back over here.
So we just dropped it in there and we just kind of walked out on faith and was like,
Yeah, we were
if
like-
we could just get 5 people, we'd be straight.
Yeah.
Just fast.
Just 5. And so the club, and we went through the club process. Oh my God.
That was
Wrote a
lot.
constitution, talked to so many people, almost got clocked for a whole bunch of different things. And it was just like now where we're in the stages of ordering uniforms, performing at events, getting a coach, which is like super exciting. And we haven't even hit a year yet.
Yeah.
And like a year ago or a couple months ago, like I didn't even think it would have came to fruition. Like there was just a lot of doubt in the small community that we had, and it was like an even smaller community of like who would want to cheer,
Right.
like who would be interested in cheering. And so that's kind of how that got started up. That was kind of, well, you know, eventually Senam left me.
Yeah.
But I'm still going strong.
It's not a good sign.
No.
Did y'all do a cheer in the library after the whole little meetup?
We kind of were, because we didn't cheer at the same school, but she did a cheer, then I did a cheer, then she did a cheer.
And we was just, no, literally it was in the library. It was outside. Our first practices were outside by
Yeah.
Kaplan. And we'd just be like, show up. Show up in some shoes that you could run in. We was just running up and down the stairs at Kaplan.
Trying to kill me.
Also, I was thinking like more so like y'all just come show up, then y'all should do like
Yeah.
No, we run ourselves like
y'all trying to get conditioned.
yeah, like
It's-
I wouldn't say we run ourselves like a sport to the T. Is definitely not the way I'm used to. But we still try to incorporate like conditioning.
Yeah.
We still do a lot of technique. Like we do a lot of work before we even get to like
The fun
the
stuff.
cheer, right? Because it's a lot of foundation. I feel like it's a big misconception with cheer sometimes. Like it's not a sport or it's not as easy, or it is easy rather. But like, you know, we still run. We still do a lot of things, and we do it with energy. We do it with a smile. We do it in set. Like we have different things that we learn. It's names to the things that we do, and so we try to hold the integrity of a cheer team as much as possible, as much as within our limits, of course. And so we started our first practices just outside Kaplan, running up and down stairs, doing different other exercises, going over foundation with girls who has never cheered before. Like
Yeah.
no experience at all, just coming to support. And like we lose some, we win some, but now it's gotten to a point where like our rapport has been built up. So now people are like, EEC, like we want y'all to perform. EEC, come out. EEC, do this. And even before we were recognized or we were getting asked to do stuff, and we were like, y'all, we don't have no material. We don't have no cheers. I was like, please, like you got to give us a couple months. But like the response that people gave us and the support that people gave us like was so positive and like very supportive, and I didn't think we were gonna get that, and I think that was the most rewarding part, especially now with girls who just want it so bad, or have done cheer before, and we laugh and joke about the things our coaches have done. So
It's a beautiful thing. What was the first performance like? And like what was that feeling like after the first performance?
So our first performance was at Day for Admitted Students for class of 2026. And it's not a big performance, but it was our first time ever doing anything that big. And so it was very nerve wracking at first. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if we ready. I don't know if they ready. And so, but we got up there and we did our thing, like, as we always do. And we just got up there. We had fun. We had a good time. Nobody messed up, which was great.
Yeah, it was really
But it was just like all the hard work and all the things that we did, both like behind the scenes and in practice, on paper, and like in practice is just like very rewarding. Like to just see everybody cheering, people we don't even know, like excited to see us. And this particular event, we were tabling and like trying to get people to join us as the freshman class, of course. And like just so many people came and like walked up to our table, introduced themselves. They were like, "You guys did so good." And like, I think you get a lot in your head, like when you started and it's your baby and you like, you want to look good to a T. And a lot of times it's just like, people are still just as excited to see you if we did the same cheer over and over again. And so it was just very rewarding all in all.
Well, I do want to say congratulations on that, because that's an inspiring story too, especially getting right to the idea and actually putting it to work.
Thank
That's
you.
not a lot of people do that. So kudos to you on
We can
that.
relate to it though.
Yeah.
In the sense that the first actual episode that we shot the podcast didn't make it to YouTube or anything because of you want when you first start off something, bless you. When you first start off with something, you want it to be perfect, but you gotta realize like it's your first time, so it's gonna be mistakes made. But at the same time, after that first experience, now you got the idea of what you want to do and how you want things to look. So therefore, when it comes down to the next one, it'll be better than your first one.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It was, I am not a coach. I'm not a coach. And so kind of throwing myself in the role of like founder, captain, coach at times, cheerleader at times, like was very hard for me to juggle. It was like a lot. I had a lot of people behind the scenes helping me who had nothing to do with EEC at all. And so it was just like I really had to build my arsenal and build my people, because now there's so many people who are just like, do you need this? I'm gonna record. I'm gonna show up. I'm team mom. I'm team mom. I'm gonna do it. And so now it's like it's so much easier. Like all the work that we put in has really paid off. And now it's just like the hardest thing that we battled was precedence. Like nobody has done this before. So there is nothing that we can reference to like figure out how are we doing this right. There's no measurement of like, is this going well? Is this not going well? It's kind of like hit or miss. Right. And whatever hits, we keep doing. And whatever miss, we just gonna have to figure out how we gonna fix that. Right. And so now we've gotten to a place where it's like, we know this works. We know this don't work. We know we could probably be doing this better, but we don't have the funds or the resources to do it the way we want it. So how we gonna freak it? Like what we gonna wear? We're ordering uniforms, but in the beginning when we didn't have uniforms, it's like, how we gonna figure out something affordable that's still cute, but gets everybody look like one team without anybody had to come in money out their pockets. It was just like, oh my gosh, we wore a lot of black, a lot of leggings.
But don't you like me? What white tees on?
I was gonna say a lot of black, a lot of leggings. Me donating socks, like just giving out my slouch socks to people, like, and so now like we've applied for funds, we've gotten our money, a little change been thrown our way. And so like now it's just like, oh, we about to be cute. Like we out the trenches now, and like we can look back on these times and be like, we can laugh. It wasn't funny then, but like now we can laugh at it and be like, we were struggling, like it was rough some days, like practicing outside in the hot, in the rain, like trying to figure out a building to go to, practicing in my room, like, and now we just gotten to a place where I'm just, William Bear give me any trouble. I'm on the phone. I'm emailing, and it's not just me anymore. It's me and all my girls. Like, and so it's just been probably like the thing that I'm most proud of. Like, I love them girls. I built a sisterhood here, and I love it so much. Like, it just to go to practice. Even though, I don't like to run myself. But to go to practice and, like, be so tired at the end of the day and to be, like, taking tiptoes out my bed. Like, it just feels good to know that I'm just contributing to something that's bigger than myself. And I just love it. I could go on for days and days, but I just love it.
We're just continually finding people that really are their own brand. Like,
That's
that's another prime example of our motto, our vision right there. You are your own brand.
That's why I've been trying to get you on the podcast for so long. Like,
He has.
it finally happened.
He's really been scratching and clawing, like,
I've been trying, like,
Just
podcast.
begging me, like-
But that's cause I see the vision before anybody else will see the vision sometimes. And I see something in somebody that they may not be saying to themselves yet, but all they take is that one opportunity to be like, it's there and here.
There you go. I wanted to ask this a little too, because I know some people in the audience might even have this question in their mind. Because for students maybe in any college, right? Starting a club is probably very unknown to them. Because who are you going to ask about how to start a club? Right? So I wanted to ask you guys maybe if you could elaborate a little on what it took to start your clubs. And, what were some obstacles that you faced in between?
I'm gonna let Senam go first because we got two different like pathways. Because Senam started like what they would call a dead club, and so I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah. So my club was already kind of started. It was just dormant for a year. So like I kind of already had that framework. Like I didn't have to write a constitution or like go through like the whole like student leadership thing. Like as soon as they renewed the club, like I started getting emails. So like I wouldn't say like I started it. I feel like I just like rejuvenated it. I feel like the hardest part about it now is I'm still in the process of like letting people know that it's a thing. I feel like I'm in that like in that space right now. Like a lot of people are hesitant, or a lot of people like don't have time. So it's just like I'm in that process of still trying to like, we're here, we're alive, so come join. So I'm still in that like recruitment process. I feel like if you talk to me like 3 months later, like I'll probably have more to talk about. But I'm still like in this like weird phase. So I'm like hoping that people will join and be excited about it. But seeing the way EEC has like grown and blossomed in like a matter of like what, 6 months, 3 months, 4
I think
months.
it'll be a year, November 10th.
Oh, almost a year. Feels like it was just yesterday. Anyway.
Senam's so cute.
But yeah.
I would say for me, it's more so like it's a lot of hoops you got to jump through. I'm not even gonna lie, it's a lot of steps. Only because they want to make sure that like you gonna start it and you got people interested in it. So they make you like attend this little interest meeting, and then of course you got to write the constitution. It's a lot of hard work up front. I'm not gonna lie, but you only got to have 5 people.
Yeah.
That I wasn't lying about that part. You only have to have 5 people interested for them to call it a club. So once you get the constitution written and revised, and like, and the student leadership department, sometimes they do work my nerves, but they pretty much work with you as much as they can, and from there, like, it's just a matter of recruiting. Like you said, it's just a matter of being like, hey, like, join, try it, come try it. If you don't want to do it no more, leave.
Leave,
but come try it. And like, I feel like for specific groups, like we are, like you gospel choir, I'm cheerleading. I feel like people automatically assume you gotta be skilled in those areas, whether it be music or whether you have to be spiritual or whether you gotta know how to dance. You gotta be cheerleader before, and that's not specifically the case. So a lot of it is not so much like come try this. You more so gotta convince people that they're capable of doing something that they don't do on a regular.
Right.
And so it was more so like fighting people's own like doubt of what you do. Like, yes, I cheer before, but like I wasn't always a cheerleader either. Like
Right.
at some point in time I was right in your shoes and I was like, oh well, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna just throw myself into it and see what happened. Like at some point I was at the tryout phase just like you were. So it's more so like you gotta like push people to be like, you can do this just as much as anybody else. Like, don't be intimidated by the label of cheerleading. Like, this is just a org that you would just have to learn, and that's what we're here for, is to teach you.
Right.
But and you could back me up on this if you feel like, you know, it's for yours as well. I feel like people get caught up in the skill.
Right. Because I know a lot of, like, during the org fair, a lot of people are like, you don't want me, I can't sing. But I feel like college is a time in your life that you have to step out of your comfort zone. You're not always going to be, like, comfortable in where you are, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like in order to grow as a person, like to grow as a human being, you have to get out of your comfort zone. And I feel like people are just so comfortable. I'm like, how are you you're gonna stay like your 18-year-old self like until you're 60? Like, you have to try new things. You have to like grow, and you know. So that's why I try to, you know, that's why I don't have auditions. I don't have anything for my choir. I just show up. If you don't like it, leave. If you're off pitch, I'll teach you how to be on pitch. Like,
and like full circle back to your question, like I think that's really what it was for us, like just carving out space. It's a major complaint that like, oh, I haven't found my friends, I don't like it here, I haven't found my place, and I'm like, there's no space, make one.
No, yeah,
make one. Like there was no cheer team that was HBCU style before I got here.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for me to find that, I just had to make it. Like I just had to build it, and I just went on the website and said, okay, how I'm gonna do this, and I just started from square one. I called the people I needed to call, you know, and that's kind of how it starts. Like, yeah, there's the long drawn list of steps that you got to do to start an org, but at the end of the day, it's more so about your dedication.
Yeah. And then like, this is a little off topic, but I feel like, especially like in a PWI, like as a POC or person of color, it often feels like you can get swallowed up by like the amount of like, you know, lack of diversity that there is.
Mm-hmm.
And I know me personally, my freshman year, I was still in that mentality that like, oh, like friends are just gonna come to me. I mean, I might. She really just walked up to me like that, like, you know. But like, other than that, like me and her, we really just had to find, like, we were just going to stuff. Like, if it's diversity, we go. Like, you know, because, you know, you can't just be like, oh, like, just wait around and wait for someone to just drop into your lap. So I feel like that's why I always tell like freshmen and stuff, like, you have to make that concerted effort to branch out and to find your people, because you won't find your people just chilling.
Yeah, it really, like, honestly,
It's
me
hard.
and Senam clicked because we were struggling in our biology lab, and there was just no other option. I was just like, you gonna have to, and then with COVID,
Yeah,
like, you
it
couldn't
was
really go
hard.
into anybody else's dorm,
It's hard.
and so I was just like, well, you gotta use the resources that you
Yeah.
got, and we just all met in the lounge, and like, from then on, I was like, come to my room, let's chill, let's listen to music, and then Senam, she was just a hermit back in the day. She didn't really leave with cold nowhere. So, like, she didn't really cold nowhere.
Dang.
I was just like, get up.
Yeah, she
It's
would
time
knock
to
on my
go.
door.
Get up. I need you to do this for me. I need you to do this. Hello. Like,
Right.
have you woke up yet? Like, we going to go get breakfast?
Like, breakfast, bro. It's 9. Like, it's early.
And that's how it started. Like, take a shower,
Yeah.
get dressed, put something cute on. We going here, we going there, and that's kind of just how it started. And like now, you know, that's my bestie.
Yeah.
Quite a story there. Quite a story. Wow.
I'm saying the best friendships built out of struggle for real.
No, honestly, no. Yeah.
Boy, learn that the hard way, man. But I feel like that'll be the conclusion of this episode today. Like I say, we thank you. We thank you all for coming on the podcast. Come chatting with us. Come chilling with us. Come selling your brand, letting people know about who y'all are and what y'all do and what y'all bring to the table. Because these are true definitions of future leaders of excellence, or leaders of excellence, I should say. But before we end off the episode, we always ask, if you could leave the viewers, based off everything we done talked about throughout this whole episode, if you could leave them with something, what would you leave them with?
Me? Oh. So, I would just say, get out of your comfort zone. I feel like that is the best way to grow as a person. That's the best way to grow as a young person, is to get out of your comfort zone. Because if I was still in my comfort zone, I would not be here. I would be in my room watching Netflix, not knowing anybody, not doing anything. So I got out of my comfort zone and I took that leap, and now I'm much happier than I was in freshman year. So, yeah.
That's good. Glad you're not watching Grey's Anatomy anymore.
I am. I still am. Very much am.
Oh my gosh.
Well, y'all heard it there.
Did you want to
I'm
say
saying,
I
like,
think I thought like based off
I was gonna say,
my bad.
I would just say you are the baddest always. Like, you can do bad all by yourself. And like, I feel like a lot of people, they just be so doubtful and insecure, and that's normal, but like, what you gonna do about that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you gonna do next? What you gonna do now? Keep them on their toes. Like, do something crazy. Not too crazy, but do something wild, like, you know, and put your name on it. Attach your name to it. So, that's all I got. Short and sweet.
Well, y'all heard it from the best. Future leaders of excellence right here. So, I want to thank you.
Senam.
And
Amaya.
And that's it, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. We out of here.
peace.